You tell yourself you'll just cut down, not stop completely, just be a bit more controlled. Drink less, be more disciplined, have a few rules. And on paper, that sounds simple. But if you've ever actually tried it, you'll know it doesn't feel simple at all. It feels exhausting. Because the difficulty isn't always physical, it's not about withdrawal or anything extreme. It's mental. It's the constant thinking, the negotiating, the back and forth. One part of you saying, just tonight, it's fine. And another part saying, you said you wouldn't. And that conversation doesn't happen once. It happens over and over and over again. This is what most people don't expect. Cutting down isn't just about drinking less. It's about managing that internal dialogue. You start setting rules. I'll only drink on weekends. I won't drink during the week. I'll just have 2. But when the moment comes, those rules don't feel as solid anymore. They feel flexible, negotiable, and your mind gets very good at making excuses. Today was stressful. It's a special occasion. I'll start properly next week. And every time that happens, you reset the process. What makes this exhausting isn't just the decisions, it's the constant awareness. You're thinking about it even more than before. Before, drinking was automatic. Now, it feels like something you're monitoring. And that uses energy. You're tracking how much you've had, whether you should have more, how you'll feel tomorrow, whether you're sticking to the plan. And even when you're not drinking, you're thinking about it. And that mental load builds up. It can start to feel like there are 2 versions of you. The version that wants to change and the version that wants to keep things as they are. And both of them feel very convincing. One says, this isn't working anymore. The other one says, it's not that bad. And you move between them, depending on the day, depending on your mood, depending how you're feeling in the moment. And that instability is tiring, because you never feel fully decided. And this is where it connects back to that quiet anxiety we talked about before. Because when your mind is constantly switching, constantly evaluating, constantly second guessing, it creates tension, not intense anxiety, but a low-level mental strain. You're always slightly on, always slightly aware, and that state can feel just as uncomfortable as the thing you're trying to change. For many people, this is the point where something clicks. It's not just about drinking less, it's about the relationship you have with it. Because if that relationship is unclear, inconsistent, or constantly shifting, then even small changes can feel heavy. Not because you're weak, but because you're trying to manage something that hasn't been fully understood yet. And if you've ever found yourself in that space, trying to figure it out quietly, without making a big deal of it, that's exactly what I explore in my book, When Drinking Feels Like Coping. And if you want something more structured, the 30-day Master Reset Plan with accompanying workbook helps take that mental load out of your head and put it into something clearer. No pressure, just there for you if it feels useful. Because the interesting thing is, once you step out of that constant negotiation, something unexpected starts to happen. Things feel quieter. Not instantly better, but clearer. And that clarity is often the thing people don't expect. That's what we'll explore in the next video. Why life can feel a bit flat at first before it starts to feel clearer.